A child behind bars tonight, facing charges in the murder of a 10-year-old girl in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Lily Peters was found dead Monday morning, and yesterday police arrested a juvenile who they say is responsible. We have Fox 9's Rob Olson joining us live from Chippewa Falls at Lily's school. Rob, this is disturbing.
Yeah, it is, and for the last couple of days here since, Lily first went missing, then her body was found in the woods, there's certainly a sense of on edge and fear in this town without having any answers. Well, now they're getting some answers with the arrest of this juvenile suspect last night. He appeared in court today on video screen, a closed circuit video screen from the juvenile detention facility, but appearing in adult court because first-degree intentional murder is considered an adult crime in Wisconsin. So again, a very brief appearance. His bail was set very, very high, and we learned some disturbing details of what they say he told police.
The way I look at it is, and it goes back to my daughter, is I try and be the prosecutor I would want if something happened to my daughter.
Chippewa District Attorney Wade Newell, in charging the teenage suspect for the murder of 10-year-old Lily Peters, said the suspect told police what happened.
The information I relayed was based upon statements the defendant himself made to law enforcement.
That suspect appeared on video in Chippewa County Court for a hearing to set bail. Our cameras were not allowed to show that video screen or the court gallery.
So the court is concerned that this could be a further threat if the individual was no longer in custody.
The judge set the bail at $1 million cash, which was the amount requested by Newell. The suspect, identified only by initials, described by attorneys as 14 years old and in 8th grade, charged with first-degree intentional murder, which is automatically an adult crime in Wisconsin, and first-degree sexual assault and first-degree sexual assault of a child under 13. Prosecutor Newell in court said the teen told police that when they left the home on Grove Street, which was taped off by police on Tuesday night, and they headed down the Duncan Creek Trail, that he intended to rape and kill the girl, sharing these few but disturbing details.
When he did get off of the trail, punched the victim in the stomach, knocked her to the ground, essentially strangled her, hit her with a stick before strangling her to the point of death before he then sexually assaulted her.
In a town so traumatized and heartbroken, the high bail's meant to keep the suspect in jail, give the community a sense of safety, and make sure the suspect can't go anywhere.
Even though he may not have a driver's license given his age, everyone in this world has access to someone who can help them to be somewhere else.
Now, Lily had spent that day Sunday at her aunt's house here in Chippewa Falls, seen playing outside on the street that afternoon with her teen-aged cousin, but law enforcement and the prosecutor here have not identified the exact relationship of this suspect to Lily. So again, still keeping his identity under wraps, but again, a teenage boy here now in custody. He'll be in court again next week for another hearing. Again, it's possible the defense attorneys could petition the judge to bring this first-degree murder charge down back to a juvenile level, although unlikely at this point. That part stays in adult court, but because he is a juvenile, the criminal complaint has been sealed by the judge, as are the search warrants in the case, so we don't have more details than those shared in court by the prosecutor here, but disturbing details, the few that we did get today.
And is there a timeline on when we could learn more about this suspect? And we're also hearing of some initials. Can you dive into that?
Yeah, they only identified him by initials today, which is pretty standard in juvenile cases. So again, that gives people around here some sense, of course, in town, where a small town like this, people will quickly figure out who they're referring to. But again, to protect his identity from the greater public, because he is a juvenile, again, initials only. Whether we will learn more, we did ask the judge to unseal the criminal complaint and the search warrants to the media so that we could learn some more details. Unknown exactly how he'll respond to that. There is another court appearance next week. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more there today, but today I could say that, I saw him on court, on camera, from the juvenile detention facility. didn't say anything in this hearing, just kept his head down, looking at the table in front of him, realizing that this first-degree murder charge, $1 million cash bail, he doesn't have the means to get out of jail, and
Right.
that first-degree murder conviction, if he's convicted, is a life in prison sentence. So pretty heavy stuff here facing a 14-year-old. But then again, what he's accused of is even more unthinkable.
Yeah, extremely disturbing. Rob, if you could, just because you're at Lily's school right now, there's tons of balloons and animals behind you. Describe what the community feeling is like with this story.
Well, you see it all across town. There's the balloons and stuffed animals and signs here in front of her school. There's purple ribbons flying all over town tied to signposts and lamp posts and the bridge. There's more flowers on the bridge near where she was found. That sense here the last couple days, I've been here all week, is there was a lot of fear, on edge, with the lack of answers. Who did this? Where are they? Could they do it again? What happened here? And so a lot of parents were dropping off and picking up their kids rather than letting them walk to school or bike or take the bus, because they were scared. They didn't know what was out there. Now this arrest and charge does bring some answers to people, that this isn't that somebody isn't running around out there. So there is a little bit more sense of I guess, safety amongst parents here with their children, but certainly very disturbing still, that anxiety. And the school put out an email today to parents trying to talk to them about how to talk to their kids about this. Those that knew Lily in this school here, and those who knew the 14-year-old defendant here as well, and how to talk to him. So there's a lot of trauma there about a child murdered by another child, and how you deal with that with your children here.
Yeah, like you said, though, a lot of questions still remain, including the motive behind all of it. Well, Fox 9's Rob Olson in Chippewa Falls tonight at the school of Lily. We'll be checking in with you, as this is just the beginning. Thank you so much for your reporting.
You bet.